And the masters of the universe.
I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Welcome everyone, this is Masters Joke, also Masters Joke 75 on Instagram. So today I'm opening up Evil-Lyn from Masters of the Universe Origins cartoon collection. I really rate these figures. I think they look really good. I mean, I love the originals, and I really like what Mattel did with the Origins line. But this little kind of shake-up, which is more accurate to the actual cartoon series of the 80s. I really like what they've done. So I picked up Evil-Lyn. I picked them up from Harlow, Smyth Toys in Harlow. I think I might have paid £10 because I know she is. You can currently pick her up for £10. They've got loads in the St Evenage branch. I've always loved Evil-Lyn. I've got all the Origins figures. I even like the Revelation figures as well. But you just can't buy everything, and that's one of my concerns. Is that I already like Transformers, Star Wars, Doctor Who and He-Man. I can't buy another line. You know, I'm sticking to the retro. I've kind of taken a back seat with Vintage and Black Series, and I just cannot. You can't have everything. So, which is why I kept away from the Revelations line, even though you can pick up a lot of those figures quite cheap. But when I saw the cartoon collection, I just knew I had to have it. I've got a bit of a cough. It's that time of year again. But one of the things, I mean, when I did pick it up, one of the things that I've noticed, why is she yellow? Because in the cartoon she wasn't yellow. I mean, she's not as yellow as the Origins Evil-Lyn, which is like kind of bright yellow, almost minion colour. But I don't know. Do you know? Maybe it is accurate. Maybe once I get it out of the packet, because she does have a, she does have a skin tone to the cartoon version. So maybe now looking at the Origins Evil-Lyn, it's not as yellow as I first thought. But I love Evil-Lyn. Never had her as a kid, although I did have Tila, and I swapped her for a load of stormtroopers. It's a long story. I've still got every single one of those stormtroopers, but I prefer this cartoon version. I just think it looks better, and it's just more. It just reminds me more of the cartoon. Like the original Origins line did remind me of the cartoon, obviously, but it reminded me more of the original figures. Whereas this is more like the cartoon, and I used to love the He-Man cartoon. I thought it was brilliant. So I'm going to open her up. Definitely, I would recommend picking her up while she's still in stock. £10 in Smyth Toys. And I've still got the other version of Evil-Lyn. So it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same sculpt as the original Origins Evil-Lyn figure. Just a different kind of. It's even got the same accessory in purple. Just a kind of different version. I can't remember. I can't remember what version she's supposed to be. Unless it's more. Unless the tone is supposed to be more like the cartoon. I don't know. I do like it. And this particular Evil-Lyn, she hangs in the toy room. But yeah, I'm going to be opening this up. But I've still got my Spy Core that I picked up in St Evenage. I absolutely love this. And also Clawful, which is quite a heavy figure. But I love the detail. I love this kind of blue. It's almost like a jaw on his armour. And then you've also got Webster, who I picked up when I went to the Harlow branch of Smyth Toys. And I've always loved Webster. I've got the original version as well. And then this is, see, I don't know this guy. He's part of the Snake Men, and this is it Reptilax? So this was a birthday present from my wife, but she forgot to give it to me. He's now going for £10 in Smyth Toys, so I plan to open him up as well. I don't know how much she paid. I think she just randomly picked him up, but I'm going to be opening him soon as well.
And the Masters of the Universe.
I'm going to grab a glass of water, and then we're going to open up Evil-Lyn and just see what she's all about. But it's a really good figure, and also it's got the comic, which this must be the first wave. Even though the figures on the back, so you've got Webster, Evil-Lyn, Clawful, and Spycore, who I've just picked up. This must be the earlier wave because she's got a different comic. It appears she's got a different comic than Spycore and Clawful. So I'm going to grab a drink of water and then we'll open Evil-Lyn up. Right, that does feel much better after a drink of water. So what I love about these Masters of the Universe figures is the actual art on the back of the card backs. I just love it, and I actually because I do open my He-Man figures, but I do like to cut out the image on the back, and I do that with the vehicles as well, because usually I manage to get like a good deal. I did get a couple of good deals when I was in Ollie's, and is it TJ Maxx in when I was in Florida. But if I do manage to get a good deal from Amazon, you know as well as I do, the boxes 9 times out of 10 are just broken to bits. So I don't hold on to them; I just chuck them. But I do like to keep the image on the actual figures and vehicles, because I think they're beautiful. But this is such a nice, vibrant card back, and that's what I like about. I think that's probably what I like about these new cartoon collection figures, because with the old school Masters of the Universe figures, the Origins, it's proper old school nostalgia, but this is something different. This is something new, and that's what I like about it. So I'm going to get her open. This is in perfect condition, this card back. And it does seem a shame because it's such a wonderful card. I think Mattel have just done such a fantastic job with the Origins figures, and also they use decent card stock as well, unlike Hasbro and the retro collection. But yeah, I mean it's the bubble is stuck on there well. And after seeing Short Round from the Indiana Jones retro collection in Lame on Saturday in St Evenage, and just seeing that the bubble was falling off it, and the one that I bought from In Demand Toys, I mean they told me it wasn't mint, but Hasbro always have so many little niggly issues, and I don't understand how a big massive company like that lets it happen. The quality control is pretty poor with Hasbro. I mean, come on, just look at my my earless yak face as an example. But yeah, Mattel, I think Mattel are proper quality. I mean, also look at their Hot Wheels as well. They always produce really good toys. And in relation to play sets, Hasbro, especially with the Star Wars stuff, so expensive, and yet Mattel can produce the Castle Grayskull, and I think you can pick Castle Grayskull up. I think the cheapest I've seen it is like $39.99. Let your eyes be your guide. I love it. I bought it as soon as it came out. And of course, Snake Mountain, and that's something I want. That was on my birthday list with the wife, but she ignored that. But I got some really decent stuff. I think it was on my list last Christmas as well. and will probably be on my list again this Christmas because I really want Snake Mountain. I've got the original, which I bought my son for Christmas. No, I didn't buy it. Father Christmas gave it to him. But I really rate Snake Mountain. Currently, I think it's £66 on Amazon. Very tempted to pick it up. But I've got to be mindful of the cash to splash because Christmas is coming. You know, I've also got this. I've also got my credit card bill for Stitch to pay as well. So yeah, I've got to be very mindful of cash. But let's get Evil-Lyn. Let's get Evil-Lyn open. Right. So you've got the instructions. So I'm not gonna bother reading that. But you've got the little comic, and what a lovely image on the front there. So what was it? You've got Webster on there. Yeah. So now I'm looking at the comic, the tone, because Evil-Lyn wasn't yellow in the cartoon. So yeah, I can see that the tone of Evil-Lyn's skin, the action figure is based on the kind of image she portrayed in the cartoon. But this looks really, really good. The only it's lovely images in there, proper old school Masters of the Universe. But I suppose having the comic is a lovely little bonus. One of the negatives is that the European versions don't have any speech bubbles, whereas the American version does. You know, it's in English, and if it's the same as the original Origins line, which it does look like it is because Webster seems to have the same. Yeah, Webster's got the same comic in his card. It's just the same comic. It'd be nice if they had a different comic for every single figure, but you know, this is just this comic's just for nostalgia purposes. It's not, you know. Whereas back in the day, I used to love reading it. I used to swap. I think I swapped a load of my He-Man comics from the figures for what was it? It was the Doctor Who comics, the Doctor Who Marvel comics from the crisps. So I did Golden Wonder. So I did have a few of these comics back in the day, and I swapped them. So, but that's a lovely little touch. And there's the figures on the back there. So I like that. I really do like that. I think that's a lovely thing that Mattel do. And then here is Evil-Lyn just in her little bubble tray. And I didn't notice this accessory. So she still has the I don't know what this is called because she has that accessory in Revelations as well. It's like her staff, with almost like a crystal ball held by a claw. But I didn't notice that she still had this, but she's got this other accessory as well. I think she looks great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut her out of the bubble, and then we'll have a proper look at her. But I'm really impressed. With what I can see, I'm really impressed by this. And again, similar to the other figures, especially Spycore, very vibrant with the colour. Really, really vibrant, and also the staff is very kind of gold. It looks yellow at first glance, but it's kind of got a gold, kind of like a gold edge to it. So I'm going to cut her out of the bubble and we'll have a proper look. So here's Evil-Lyn, and I've got to say that yeah, looking at the facial sculpt, is spot on to Evil-Lyn from the cartoon. Honestly, I think they've just done a wonderful job. It's proper 80s nostalgia overload, but for the cartoon rather than the toys. And that's the weird thing about it. The toys or the original line is nostalgia for the original toys and the adventures that I would have with those toys, because you did your own thing, similar to the Star Wars toys. I'd have them in the back garden, I'd have them in my bedroom, I'd have my own adventures. But this is just nostalgia back to the actual cartoon, and I'm remembering, it's weird, isn't it? I'm just remembering like episodes and Evil-Lyn's dirty laugh. But I love her as a character. The the articulation is just, well, it seems to just be exactly the same as the actual original Origins line. I just love the colours. I just think it's wonderful. So I've got the other Origins Evil-Lyn. Yeah, and you can tell now that she's not yellow. She's the same colour she was in the actual cartoon. And yeah, all the articulation is exactly the same. But I think it's amazing. I just think the cartoon collection is just amazing. It's just a wonderful job, an absolutely wonderful job. 10 out of 10. And just I don't know, the kind of dimensions of the figure is just better in the cartoon line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at her accessories, and then we'll set her up and see what she looks like. But I'm really impressed so far. Right, so here's Evil-Lyn's staff, and it's it is yellow, but it's I don't know, it's got a kind of tint to the plastic. So it is yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Really, really nicely done. Nice bit of thick plastic. Hasbro take note. Really happy with it. And then you've got her little crystal ball thing. And this is a nice heavy duty piece of plastic. A lovely paint applications on there. And again, the blue is it's a kind of it's got a similar kind of sheen as the yellow golden staff. So it's a kind of shiny blue, but that's a nice touch. So I'm gonna just get Evil-Lyn and set her up with these accessories. But I'm really excited for this. Oh yeah, if you can see the number written on my hand, that's the time I finished work last night, 5:25. So I just didn't want to forget for my timesheet. So let's get Evil-Lyn. Right, I think Evil-Lyn, I think she looks fantastic. I think she's more poseable than the original Origins line. And I think it's because, I don't know, I think the body sculpt is just better. And again, it's more like the actual cartoon figure than the toy figure. But yeah, very much poseable. The accessories are great. But one thing I did notice, that the actual boots, obviously it's a different shade of purple, but they're exactly the same as the Origins Evil-Lyn. But if you just look at the comparison, the Origins Evil-Lyn is just rubbish, really. It's just rubbish compared to the new cartoon version. But yeah, I just think she looks great, and it's just proper quality. But I love the vibrant colours. But yeah, I mean, it's all about the nostalgia, isn't it? So really, it's all about the Origins original line are based on the original figures, and of course the new cartoon line is based on the cartoons, and I get nostalgia overload on both, really. But the actual, I think what I like the face the paint applications on Evil-Lyn's face. I think it's wonderful. I think it's definitely a 10 out of 10 figure. Currently £10 in Smyth Toys. Highly recommended. I think I want Snake Mountain, so I'm going to definitely stick Snake Mountain back on my Christmas list with the wife. Will I pick it up? Very unlikely. But anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget. It's not standing up now. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel. Just stand them both up for the final shot. Yeah, it also helps the channel. Also lets me know you care. And I'll see you in the next one.